It's the day millions of people the world over dream about. But in South Africa, fewer couples are choosing to tie the knot. In 1995, just over half of black South African women were married or had been, compared with 85% of white women and 76% of Indian women. By 2011, the numbers had dwindled in all race groups, but particularly among black women. Professor Dori Posel thinks she may know why.
Very few men now seem to receive assistance from their fathers in paying for ilobola, and the fact that it's an individual responsibility for men obviously raises the economic burden for men.
Posel's study of 40 couples shows that these days, ilobolo is typically paid in cash rather than cows. It can range from 35,000 to 100,000 rand, a far cry from the average 20,000 paid in 1998. Posel attributes the increase to the recent commercialization of the ilobola practice and its manipulation by some families for material advancement.
So for men, the ability to pay ilobola is taken as a sign of a man's manhood, of his masculinity. And for women, the payment of ilobola and the amount of ilobola paid is seen by women as a sign of their self-worth and as a sign of their value.
Posel believes rising levels of education and employment opportunities for women also play a role. So does that mean more couples are opting to live together rather than make a formal commitment?
At least in contemporary Zulu society, cohabiting, even in the context of childbirth, is not viewed as being culturally acceptable unless there are marriage intentions and unless ilobola negotiations are underway. In other words, cohabitation, or ukukapita in Zulu, is not viewed as an acceptable alternative to marriage.
South African researchers say although fewer marriages take place, attitudes towards tying the knot have not changed, with many couples still wanting to get hitched. And there are many who believe that tradition is an important part of their union. Fred and Sibongile Buthelezi were students when they fell in love. When they decided to get married, Fred was asked to pay 11 cows to Sibongile's family as lobola. It took him 8 years, but he was happy to do it.
It is important you don't marry someone's child so easily. You have to show that they have value, and that is why lobola is so important.
Sibongile agrees.
You can't go to the man's family without being betrothed. That is why I've waited this long for him to pay lobola.
So the question is, are you prepared to wait to hear those wedding bells? Judith Subin, Durban.
You deserve to know more.
eNCA.com.